One win and one loss. That has been the story of the Rugby Championship so far. And as we close out round number 4, we see the Wallabies with the first real chance to make a 2-win series against an opposition. After last weekend's victory, today they meet the Springboks for the second time, looking to do the double. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back along to your home of rugby and of course the Rugby Championship, where we are looking at the final game of round 4, the Wallabies and the Springboks, Australia versus South Africa. And of course it was the home team last weekend that did the job, and as we saw the Pumas do the job against the All Blacks last weekend, the reverse has once again happened on that side of the ditch. The All Blacks picking up a big revenge win. Can the Springboks do the same on this side of the Tasman? Looking at the two lineups for tonight's matchup, the Wallabies haven't risked too much for this game. They've kept things as they were last weekend, and you don't change your winning team, not to the sort of lengths that the Springboks have. Key players throughout this game look to step up again. Noel Oloseo was the big question mark in their number 10 jumper, and he was fantastic. Marika Cotombeti, another one who really stood up for the Wallabies in that opening test match win. For the Springboks, however, there is a number of changes, and most notably it comes through that back line. We see at 15, Willie LaRue will start at fullback. We see a new man in that 19 years of age, Cannon Moody, the chance to impress. Big raps on this youngster. Can he step it up on the international stage? It's a new look midfield as well, with Jesse Creel and Damon Dialendi at 13 and 12. You don't change the king, he stays on the left wing. But a new man in at number 10, Damian Willemse, who was at fullback in the previous matches, this time starts in the place of Andre Pollard in that number 10 jumper. In scrum half, Jaden Hendrickson still keeps his nodding spot there to run this back line. More changes throughout the back row and in the forward pack as well. Jasper Wiese starts at number 8, and Franco Moster gets the nod in the number 7 jumper. Captain Kwalisi once again be at the blind side with a very dangerous middle of the pack of Lutiaga and of course Evan Etzebeth in the second row. Frans Maholba, Malcolm Marks is back starting a hooker as well, and Stephen Kitshoff complete the starting 15 for the Springboks. A very impressive looking starting side as well for both sides, but the Springboks have a plenty of power to bring off the bench. The likes of the experience in Frans Steyn, the excitement of Warwick Gallant. Corbus Ranack is there as well to come on as scrum half or even fly half replacement. Power and precision in Dane Vermeulen and Quagga Smith. Nyakani, Nshay and Furi are the replacements in the front row. Look out for what they'll bring up the bench here with the Wallabies. Pureki, Sio and Tupou have plenty of excitement around them. Swain, Leota and Samu in the second and back row replacements. Jake Gordon and Andrew Callaway. They're the only two back, so expect to see Callaway maybe anywhere in this back line. And Jake Gordon as well, if there's problems, may have to do the same. The two teams set and ready to go. Damien Willemse and that number 10 jumper looking to impress, another youngster in Springboks rugby gets us underway. Final game of round 4 in the Rugby Championship, and it is the Wallabies who take it at the back, and a big turnover there. Etzebeth doing the job early for the Springboks. Willemse high, and already we've got a chance for early points. Big high shot coming in from the cover defence of the Wallabies, and that one hunted by Sami, taking Willemse around the neck. And it will be a penalty right on the 22. And there's no mistake about this one. Kulisi saying straight away, give me those 3 points. And Willemse, man who drew the penalty in, will make those kicks. And that is an easy start for the Springboks. Good turnover from Etzebeth. And from there on in, one phase, one error. And a big penalty to start the Springboks off. It is 3-0, just 3 minutes in. Not the start the Wallabies were after. Poor territory, poor discipline. And a poor start to this matchup. Oloseo gets the game back underway, and there is Etzebeth. And a good piece of attention as well. Finds it to Hendrickson, who starts us off. Willemse tries to replicate, but finds a heavy wall of resistance. Nice little ball from Kitshoff, finding the Bippy. As the Springboks continue to persevere down the left-hand side, that's a loose ball picked up in the midfield from Alatoa, but it's turned over by the Springboks, and Delendi has the ball in midfield. Hendrickson again, pick and go from the scrum half. Danger for the Springboks, hang on, but now they've got it there. Mostert runs a little bit himself before finding Lutiaga. And the big man trundles forward, just inside their own half. Hendrickson now goes for the kick. Reece Hodge, bit of a chase on here as this one bounces awkwardly towards the 5-metre line. Hodge's kick is partially charged, so the Wallabies will chase this one up very quickly. Diaga finds nicely to Creel, who slips it back inside to Diaga. Second rower involved very heavily early on. Here's Mostert, great little run from him. As they set it up on the 22 again, the Springboks. Kitchoff, dangerous little run, he gets around the outside. Jesse Creel, he's still got the man on the outside. And that was a great chance for Moody, the youngster, to really announce himself on the stage. Jesse Creel did everything right, but Moody just ran out of space. Reprieve for the Wallabies. Vangar gets it down and they fire it out into the midfield where Reece Hodge squirts himself up. And Billy LaRue takes this one on the bounce. Crossfield return kick. Poor from the Springboks fullback. Now here's a battle. Good little inside ball there from Tom Wright. Fighting it to Vicky Tau. And Billy LaRue climbs high in his tackle with Vicky Tau. And the Wallabies may get an early chance now to hit back. After weathering a lot of pressure, they are looking to the boots of Noah Lolosio. Well, they've done well, the Wallabies here, to keep the Springboks out. There was a lot of pressure right on their line. Here is Lolosio. Looks straight enough. Has it got the legs? Oh, you better believe it. 48 metres of the angle, easily taking it over the 50, and cool as the cucumber. You love to see it from Lolosio. He is his ice. Back underway for Vanessa. Noah Marks takes that well, but it didn't fall for him. The Wallabies do manage to keep hold of the ball. They keep it short as well, and eventually taking into contact there is Matt Phillip. As the Wallabies struggle on for position, they lose it as well. Now Hendrickson, a little chip over the top. Easily fielded there by Wright. He's dragged down. Nicky Tau changes directions back to McWright, and now Vangar tries to straighten things up. Pick and go there from Nick White, and it's also a big hit. And Nick White stays down, clutching at his neck. We'll see 7 billion replays of that to see if there was any contact. But it means Jake Gordon has to come on. And now the question must be asked, another back injury.
Crouch.
We'll see Callaway
Bind.
with the job of fulfilling that
Sit.
anywhere on the park. Gordon feeds it. It's a steady one as well, slow back for the Wallabies. And now they get it out by Sami, finds it to Marika Kolombeti. Beats one tackle, 2, even 3. Kolombeti beating the ball. What a fantastic run from the Wallabies left winger. Slipper turns it back inside. Gordon, half a hole, can't get through. Wallabies looking on fire now. Valentini waits. Momentum, firmly with the home side. Reece Hodge up from fullback. Half a little hole. He gets it back to Holloway. Oh, now Holloway's gone down. A couple of big injuries for the Wallabies. But they do have very versatile replacements on the bench. As Pete Samu will come on. And he'll take Holloway's spot. But will we see the change between Valentini and Samu? 6 and 8. Possibility at the moment. Valentini stays on the back. And this Samu goes to the blind side. That's the turnover of the scrum. Well, that's massive from the Springboks. Phillipson fires down the midfield for Jesse Creel. Billy LaRue was up in the line, but Creel's going on an adventure here. What a run from Creel! No one getting close, like he had spiders on his back. Now here's Marks. Does not shy away from confrontation. Hendrickson, nice little ball into that hard run of V's. Here's a little grubber kick through line. And oh, God, he's got it away again. One little play there from Mooney. Chases hard and takes Kolombeti over the in-goal line. And that will be a 5-minute scrum to the Springboks. Well, good charging runs, you see. Starts the beast on the back. Hendrickson now waits. Williamson to his left. Runs, cuts, slices down wide. Oh, it's Philly LaRue! Far too efficient off the set piece. And the Wallabies defence far too narrow. And Philly LaRue straight through, easy stuff. Well, Reece Hodge, I don't know what he was doing way back here where the scrum was set down. And Hendrickson hit it perfectly. Williamson runs sideways. But all that did was confuse defenders even more as they didn't track him across. It clumped them all up, and there was about 4 men on Williamson. Once he fired it out wide, no one at home for Billy LaRue. And of course, out there on the left wing, Marcus Pimpy was waiting as well. That is a try that breaks the deadlock. It's a Springboks take the lead into half-time. 10 points to 3, successful kick from Damien Williamson as well. Off we go to half-time. What a time to put points on the board for the Springboks. Big try from Billy LaRue, but they have dominated this game. Big possession stats on their side. 70% from the first 40 minutes. That is one-way traffic. 4 line breaks to 1. They've made all the plays. They've done all the work. And they've just got enough reward. They want plenty more, though. They get that sort of ball in the second half. It may come down to a lot of defensive work. We'll see as we get back to the action. Noel Olosio to kick off the second half. Round 4, the Rugby Championship. Ticks another box. There's Mahova. What a play there! Marcus Pimpy. Oh, up to Reece Hodge. And a swinging arm from Hodge. Decks Pimpy in a flash. And the move breaks down just like that. Now you've got to say, Khaleesi, go to the corner. No, he's going for 3. You just can't take that shot-taking mindset out of the Springboks. Here is Williamson though. Whoa! When you got a goal kicker like that, why would ya? Williamson with an easy 3 hits, 13-3. The lead is 10. And the Wallabies have a long way back now. Well, it was a clever kick when you think about it. The lead was only 7. We don't want to draw. As we quickly get things back underway, Kitshoff and Marks combined very nicely early, but a big turnover there from Rory Arnold. And now here's the second row partner, Matt Phillip, trundling up the sideline. Kitshoff wraps him up well. Gordon, oh, that's a big hit. Swiping him out of nowhere, Franz Maholra just putting the shoulder deep. And this, well, is a great chance to take those 3 straight back. And that is exactly what we're seeing. Ill discipline from both sides, seeing the scoreboard ticking over very early in the second half. Here is Lolosio, no mistake about that. He smoked the last one from 7 miles away. This one, much easier for the youngster. He makes it tell again, so cool, so calm. Doesn't even break, no smile, no excitement, no disappointment. He knows there's a job to be done, and there's still plenty more of it to come. Lead back down to 7 for the Springboks. As Fraser McWright gets him nicely. Not to play Sami, Tom Wright involved as well. And here is Fainga'a on the end of that multi-short play passing. It's a good tackle there. And Jake Gordon's gone down now as well. Big hit from Franco Mostert. And another head knock for the Wallaby scrum half. Gordon goes and Callaway is on. Well, we talked about it, didn't we?
Crouch.
A second injury would mean Callaway will have to play wherever required. It seems that required position is going to be scrum half of all places. How's this game? Not great there. He finds Valentini and eventually gets out to the back line. Lolosio thumps it away. Rather innocuously as well. Here he is, Reece Hodge from the back. Fraser McWright, good little offload there. And the numbers for the Wallabies proving vital at the moment as Ela Alatoa trudges up another couple of metres. Callaway loves inside ball. Another no-arm tackle. This one's going to get him in trouble. I think it's Mostert again. Yellow card. Springboks lose the man for 10. And away he goes. We'll double check on that, but pretty sure that was Mostert, who's been given his marching orders And the Wallabies happy to do this in threes because the Springboks' ill discipline has been pretty bad tonight. Lolosio nails another penalty, and that brings the Wallabies even closer. Just 4 points in it now. And you've got to think the Springboks must step up their game. They've got to deliver something back. They've got to fire their own shots here. As Alatoa hits it hard. Mahoba tries to get the turnover. Callaway, his scrum half finds back. Oh, no, they've lost the plot. The Springboks have lost their marbles. Now Kaliksi goes with a dangerous tackle. It wasn't high, but there was no arms involved. It's almost like a spear. Belongs in the wrestling ring, not out here on the rugby field. Shocking tackle from the captain of the Springboks. And this just invites the Wallabies, invites that pressure, invites the comeback of the home team. Springboks lead by 4. Man in the bin as well. Whainga'a has the line out throw. Just a 5-man option there. And on the back of McRae, they grab it. And they drive as well. Whainga'a hitting late. Marks smacks it in as well. Stopped in its tracks. Callaway finds Hodge. Wide. Oh, there's numbers from Tom Ryan. It's a clean run to the line. Philly LaRue across. Philly LaRue! Oh, saving the day. Massive tackle on Tom Wright. Philly LaRue from nowhere. Bolting across the field. Putting a rib tickler. And driving right into touch. All the hard work's undone though. As Rory Arnold turns over the lineouts. Malcolm Marks not hitting his man. Callaway. Oh, Callaway's hit. Heavy resistance, but a massive hole! Hunter Paisami! Some shifty hands from the Wallabies. And Paisami gets the Wallabies in front. Well, the Springboks need to look at their set piece. Diabolical there. It's Rory Arnold. Clutches one against the throw. And then watch what happens here. Delendi fires out. And that left a massive hole. And about second or third receiver. And that's where this man, Hunter Paisami, grabbed it easily with both hands. Wallabies try sees them in the lead. And I think that's the first time tonight. Lolosio with the conversion. That is good. 16-13. Their lead is 3. Well, we talked about not wanting any draws. Here comes Mostert back on the field. Wow, how much has that cost his team? Fair to say 10 points. 12 minutes remain. 13-16. Wallabies lead by 3 with 10 to play. And a great shake. Oh, Delendi smoking up the middle. Got to be a turnover there. Mostert on a very fast. He's back and he's making a pay. Hendrickson. Poor run from the scrum half. But it looks like the Springboks miracle hands in the moment to keep hold of this. Kitshoff. Massive room for the big man. Here's Visa. Good little run there from the number 8. A little bit on the angle, but it finds room. Forward momentum. Forward ball as well. Hendrickson. That's got to be lost. Oh, slipper on him. Big man on little man. James Slipper, the captain, gets the ball back for the Wallabies. Callaway hits it up. That's going to be another turnover, doesn't it? Oh, the Springboks over Callaway in a flash. Hendrickson, great ball to Mapimpi. Mapimpi stepping inside, gets it to Young, it's to Biff. It's a Biff, 10 short. Turnover Wallabies. Whainga'a this time. Now Slipper. It's going to be another one. It's it. Marks over the ball. Somehow Callaway finds it. Gets it short. Whainga'a out wide. Here's Tom Wright. Now they're breaking forward on the Wallabies. Have they got the numbers in support? Might be okay. Springboks on the ball very fast though. Springboks turn it over. 1 minute to play. Game on the line. Hendrickson. Poor run again from the scrum half. Marks goes short side. Another poor run. Drawing defenders in now. They open it up. It's a bit. Hendrickson. Half a cut through. Sits up for Mahoba. It's the Bev. Great bottom of Pimpi. Now goal. He's got to link up. He's got to find friends. He's got to get support. He gets it just in the nick of time. 10 minutes short. Springboks on the attack to win the game. Kitso Hendrickson. He's going to be there, is he? Oh, just short. Marks waits for it. Goes short. Mostert. Wide bomb and Pimpy. Oh, he's not there either. 1 metre away. Mostert. He's done it. Franco Mostert. Villain to hero for the Springboks. Well, it was just moments ago, 20 minutes maybe, when he was sent to the bin. And then the Wallabies scored 10 unanswered points. And that drew the Springboks into a frenzy. Attacking rugby, hard-hitting rugby, consecutive phases. It was a joy to behold. And how ironic that the man that cost them their lead is the man that reinstates it in the 86th minute. Willemse with the irrelevance shot at goal to make it 20 points to 16. And finally, we see some emotion in the face of the Springboks players. Willemse puts the kick over, and the Springboks continue the trend of 1 win, 1 loss in all of these 2-match mini-series of the Rugby Championship. Well, it was a good win for the Wallabies in the first of these 2 meetings, but today they just weren't in the races when it was 15 on 15. 1 try was all they managed. Hunter Paisamis that put them in the lead. 16-13 it was at the time. Lolosio was the man who did all the damage though. 3 penalty goals and the conversion. 2 tries, Willie LaRue with a cracker off the set piece. And as we just saw, Franco Mostert right at the end. And Willemse converting both and adding 2 penalties of his own. This was a Springboks game to win, and luckily for them, they did. But it wasn't all one-way traffic like the stats suggest. 61% of possession and 74% of territory is a huge chunk. But to not come away with a big win will certainly be disappointing. The yellow cards cost them, but they were exciting and they were dangerous on attack. A lot of line breaks and a lot of big chances. They just couldn't put them all away. That has concluded an exciting round 4 of the Rugby Championship. The Springboks bounce back to take down the Wallabies, and in this little 2-test series between these 2 nations, had 1 win and 1 loss apiece, just like every series has been so far. That leaves just 4 matches remaining, and that is 2 little 2-test series. We'll see the Bledisloe Cup matchups between the All Blacks and the Wallabies, also Rugby Championship matchups as well, and of course the Pumas in action again against the Springboks. That's coming, well, in about a week and a half. Game 1 of the Bledisloe was on a bizarre Thursday night, so I'll be seeing you all for that one on that evening. But aside from that, it is going to be a good night from me. I hope you enjoyed today's matchup. And boy, this championship is something else this year. I'll see you all next time, but until then, take care.